Does kind of sounds like the stair-drum, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does, kind of.
Well, hello and welcome to the Confused Breakfast. Do you remember the pure joy of a trip to the video rental store as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Hard to beat the ease of the modern era and streaming platforms where you don't even have to leave your couch. But there was something truly special about heading to Blockbuster, browsing the aisles, picking out a movie by hand, and heading home to watch with an extra large bucket of popcorn, half butter, half salt. On this podcast, we revisit and dissect some of our favorite childhood movies from that magical era to see if they still move us the way they did as kids. My name is Mike Schulte. Joining me, as always, two dudes who have so much in common. They both love soup and snow peas. They love the outdoors and talking and not talking. They could talk or not talk forever and still find things to not talk about. Sean Pryor and AJ Vance, how the heck are you?
It's more true now than ever.
Oh, you know, it is. I mean, the times that we just find ourselves just sitting and just
Talking and not talking.
just not talking
Yeah.
is it's pretty special.
And what do we call that?
So
Holding space.
holding space. Yeah, well, we
We
tend
don't have
hold-
to call it that, but we're gonna.
We like to hold space for each other.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
I usually find myself sitting at home and my wife's like, will you fucking get up and do something? And I'm like, I'm thinking of AJ. Hold space.
Just
I'm
holding
holding
space.
space for AJ right now.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
You bet.
I feel it.
Well, boys, on today's episode, we dive into Mockumentary land, a movie that was nominated for countless awards and has a stacked cast of some of the funniest actors in Hollywood history. One of the greatest improv movies of all time. We're, of course, talking about 2000's Best in Show.
Yeah.
Well, dang it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another nostalgic journey to the past with The Confused Breakfast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy wherever you are in the world. Take it away, boys.
Well, if you are new to the Confused Breakfast, thanks for being here. What we like to do is we like to review a movie, sheet by sheet. And anyway, but first we like to talk about it with nostalgia because that's the way we do it. So we're going to go to AJ. Tell us the first time you saw Best in Show and what your nostalgic rating is of this movie.
Comedy Central feeding it to you.
Was this on Comedy Central?
It was yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
It was. I remember the commercial so specifically, like of them like Best in Show, late night Comedy Central. Oh, here comes movie night, whatever, blah blah blah, and very much remember the commercials of it and like the like it had like the recording session in it of like them recording their songs and shit, and just for some reason they focused a lot on the aftermath of the shows. But anyways, no, I remember it, and like this is one of those movies that when I first saw it, it was probably over my head. Like it was too dry, just not quite my brand of comedy yet. You know what I mean? It's just not quite my brand of comedy yet. And so like, but I recognize some of the actors and the actresses in it, right? Like I tried to watch it, wasn't a huge fan. Probably would have to give it somewhere like a 4.6.
4.6 for AJ. Sean, what about you?
Actually, funny story. I take a trip up with my extended family, and we go up to Galena, Illinois, during Thanksgiving just to hang out for the weekend. It's an extended weekend, and weed's legal there. It's not in Iowa, and so my wife partook a little bit, and maybe a little bit too much, and started to kind of freak out a little bit. And so she left the party to go to downstairs where our beds were, and just to relax. And she texted me. She's like, "I can't relax. I need you to come down here and like help me out." And so I was channel surfing. It being Thanksgiving weekend, Best of Show was on, the National Dog Show. And so that's the first time. I've never seen this movie.
Oh no!
Damn.
But I watched that dog show to calm my wife down from a
You
bad
watched
trip.
the real dog show.
Yeah.
Did that calm her down?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That would
It was
freak
the best.
me out,
It
I
was
think.
perfect.
Doggies.
If you're ever freaking out or too drunk or too high, watch some dogs. It's the best.
I'm excited for it.
It's a very calming thing, and it's all very true. It's so accurate when they like run back around. They're like, 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes,
3.
that order.
That
right
order.
there.
This is the order I want them in, right there.
And my wife's just like, yeah. Puppies.
Well, this is exciting for you, Sean. This is finally, I've seen this movie, guys. It's been
All
like 4
right.
weeks in a row. This was a college thing for me. A buddy of mine, Lucas, brought this to me maybe a year after it came out, and we watched this and laughed our asses off just over and over and over. And fun fact, we'll talk about it later. In fact, I sent it to you guys. The outtakes of this movie are quite possibly funnier than the actual movie. So if you own this on DVD, that is more or less what we would end up watching than the actual movie. But this is a solid 8 for me, nostalgically. We got to go to Starling. Starling's the executive producer today. He says when Best in Show came out, everyone I knew was talking about it and had seen it. It was like an indie film with mainstream buzz, the kind of movie you had to just watch to be a part of the conversation. At the time, the concept of a fake documentary was completely foreign to me. Honestly, I hadn't seen a real documentary yet, so the whole idea felt groundbreaking. And since I was living in Delaware, the fact that it took place in Philadelphia made it hit even closer to home. I loved it, watched it a million times. He's giving it an 8.5.
Damn.
As a group, we are a 7.03 on the nostalgic meter. That's decent. It's actually going to fall in all alone at the 101th spot of any movie we've done. We think Predator, Heathers, Basketball, National Treasure. We think those are better movies as kids.
Yeah.
But we do think this is better than Varsity Blues, Waterworld, Con Air, and Ghostbusters. Nostalgically.
Con Air, I don't know.
It was a little scary, man.
I guess.
Well, we're going to strip away all that nostalgia. First, we got to go to Sean to learn all the important details of the movie. What do you got, bro?
Produced by Gordon Mark and Karen Murphy. Written by Christopher Guest and Eugene Levy. Music by C.J. Vanston. Cinematography by Roberto Schaefer. He also did their previous film, Waiting for Guffman. Monsters Ball, underrated movie called Stay, and an extremely underrated and beautiful looking movie called The Paper Boy. The movie The Host, Geostorm. This was edited by Robert Layton, directed by Christopher Guest. Cast: Parker Posey, Michael Hitchcock, Catherine O'Hara, Eugene Levy, Bob Balaban, Will Sasso, Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, John Michael Higgins, Jennifer Coolidge, Jane Lynch, Ed Begley Jr., Hiro Kanagawa, Larry Miller, and Fred Willard. Christopher Guest was walking his dog one day, and a lady with a purebred walks up to him and asks what kind of dog he has, and Guest replies, "Not quite sure, to be honest, a mix of this and that." Guest recalled that his response almost disgusted this person, as if shelter dogs or non-purebreds were to be thrown away. This interaction, the pure, unwavering entitlement of this person, gave Guest the idea for Best in Show. Eugene Levy, who co-wrote the script, wasn't too keen on the idea for Best in Show, saying that he just can't see how it would end or how to make the actual dog show portion funny. To solve this, it was literally the injection of Fred Willard as a color commentator that would give that portion of the film its comedic edge.
That's really funny to picture them being like, no, like realistically, like it'll be really funny until we get to the dog show part.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got an idea. It's amazing.
Just when in doubt, get Fred Willard.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. There was only about 60 pages of an outline written complete with character breakdowns and backstories. There was little to no dialogue written for anybody. There was maybe the suggestion of where a scene should end up or what the point of the scene was, and it was up to the actors' improvisation skills to make the scene work. None of the actors even rehearsed or knew what other characters would look like. They would just show up on set, know what the scene they were in, and riff on one another.
That's so awesome.
That's it. Some of the detail in the film was written down years before the film began shooting, including Christopher Guest just writing down the prompt catalog people, which would then become the characters of Megan and Hamilton Swan.
Of course.
Oh, God.
The crew was not allowed access to an actual dog show to film, so they had to create their own. That meant getting a venue to hold the dog show, extras for the audience, including cardboard cutout people, dogs to be featured in the film, and actual trainers and handlers for the dogs. Guest said the filming went very smoothly, even with the scenes with the dogs only being interrupted once in a scene for a dog barking. Like, I can't imagine all these dogs, all these people just being like trying to get a scene, trying to make some people laugh, and just the commotion of everything. It was like it only happened. It only like really was a thing once, like a dog barking. Crazy.
But I think all the dogs they brought in were like professional dog show dogs.
Some of them, yes.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, cool.
Best in Show was released on September 29th, 2000, and on a budget of $10 million. The film made $20.8 million at the box office. That's all I got.
Well, thanks, Sean. Now we got to go to AJ. He did the research for us. We got to talk about critics and fans for ratings and reviews. What do you got, dude?
Is that LL Bean?
Yeah.
Is that? Let me look. No, it's the tomato meter.
I had to awkwardly reach my hand back here for the tomato meter.
Well, I appreciate you being awkward about it.
He was recoiling from it.
93% certified fresh, guys, for Best in Show.
That is a good enough for a tie in the 28th spot of any movie we've done, tied with Terminator 2, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and That Thing You Do.
Jesus.
Per the critics.
Not too shabby. 88% on the esteemed popcorn meter. This is a 7.5 on IMDb.
Tied with Beetlejuice, Batman, and Field of Dreams of all the movies we've done.
Okay.
Pretty good ones.
All right. Peter Travers over at the Rolling Stone gave us a 90 out of 100. Waggish fun like this is too good to miss.
There we go. Oh, man.
Seattle Post-Intelligencer. That's such a weird name. William Arnold gave it 100 out of 100. A 1 out of 1. A full out of a full. No one does this genre better than actor, writer, director Christopher Guest. Boom. Eddie Cockrell at Variety.
It's kind of funny.
90. Barkingly funny new mockumentary that does for those canine pageants.
Barkingly funny, goddamn.
That's so good. Yeah. What the Helmers 1996 Waiting for Guffman did for small town theatrics. Oh my goodness. We've got New York Daily News. When it's funny, best is hilarious. When it's not, it's not. That was a 75 though still. And then LA, let's see, we'll do one more. Village Voice, Mark Holcomb, 60 out of 100. Best in Show succeeds only insofar as you're willing to laugh at a bunch of sad freaks.
Okay.
Respect.
Yeah.
Okay. Like what you like, man.
Yeah, just
fucking grow up,
yeah,
okay?
just deal with it.
I play golf.
Yeah.
That was not you. That was just like whoever this guy is. You know,
But
you like what you like.
sounds
This
like
guy's
me.
like, I only like what I like, but not what other people like.
Yeah. You're not entitled to like what you like.
You can't like what you like unless it's sports.
I'm the only one that can like what I like.
You better like what I like, and I will just judge you.
Wait. I'm the only one that can like what I like, but you can't like what you like.
Nope.
Yeah.
Stop existing, everybody else.
Yeah.
Stop doing movie review podcasts.
Speaking of which, this is a perfect one. This is the same person, I think. This is a 1 out of 10. This movie made me mad.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Your entire demeanor and life situation is what made you mad.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're mad at your dad, not at me.
Exactly. Fuck those people, man. I'm sick of it. What?
Fuck him, dude.
This is Beetle 2. March
You know what? I'm going to
8th.
eat a Pringle while he's doing this.
Do it. You do it, man. Mike doesn't care about my segment.
I can still hear you.
Well, no, he can't hear me because he doesn't have the headphone thing. He's in. Oh, there you go.
Keep talking.
You people are sick. No, I am not joking. You are all sick in your heads. The idea that this movie has a rating over 2 makes so specific.
It's okay. Like it.
1.9, totally get it.
Makes me even more angry. And after seeing this movie, I thought that was impossible. I am a proud voter here at IMDb. I'm a proud voter. I express my opinion. I'm American, damn it. All right? I vote. Here at IMDb, with 300 titles voted on.
Goodness gracious.
I've seen over 300 movies.
It's like, is that a lot? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
We've done over 200 just on this show.
And see,
It took us 4 years.
Yeah, well,
Going on
shit, I've
5.
been alive for like 35, dude. So, anyways, guys. Anyways, guys, let's see. Okay. You people who voted kindly on this are a disgrace. For all of you that haven't seen this, here is a quick little rundown. You know those terrible people... Oh. Imagine spending a full hour and a half listening to them. Oh. No, I don't want... Oh, imagine spending a full hour and a half listening to these. 9 of them, to be exact. Even the cute value of the dogs didn't come close to saving this horrid movie. Even the $2.75 I paid for it was a ripoff. One of the worst films I have ever seen. Only movies worse than this are Supernova, and of course, the most terrible of them all, Omega Code.
Sean,
All right.
Sean, can you report on those movies?
No.
Okay, cool.
Why do I want to?
I wish I could, because they'd probably be decent.
Oh, let's see. Good? Are you kidding me? This was Love That 88 in 2001. This ranks right up there in my worst of movies list. Second only to Get Carter and the Blair Witch series.
The whole series.
The whole series. I feel sorry for anyone that spends $3 renting this. If you absolutely must see it, make sure you rent it on your video store's 99-cent night. Then you only waste $1.
Yeah.
And for those who have already seen it, my sympathy.
Consider me your coupon.
Yeah.
Cupid.
You're Cupid. Last one, guys. 1 out of 10. Not funny by any stretch. We just want to really bury this one in there. July 1. This is S.J. Cates. I love movies and have a great sense of humor. Don't say you have a great sense of humor. Trust me, I have a great sense of humor. And even liked some of the actors in previous work. But this is sad. Cannot believe it has the rating that it does. Would have given it a 0 if I could. Too simple-minded humor. Can't imagine what the rave is about. It's non-existent on wit or humorous situations. It relies on situational comedy. Problem is, the situations are extremely predictable and further detracts from any type of comedic value. Poor, rent it, and you will be kicking yourself in the end.
I'm sorry to like kind of spoil getting into like talking about the movie, but there is in no way that anybody ever watching this movie would sit down to watch this movie and be like, I bet a guy's gonna have 2 left feet in this movie.
Yeah.
There's nothing to indicate that.
Predictable.
So you watched it for the first time. Just to get into it a little bit, did you know who was going to win?
No.
Yeah, there's no way to even know who's
I thought
gonna
for
win
sure it was gonna be Guest with the Bloodhound.
Of course.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be guessed.
I did too.
We'll get into it, huh?
We'll talk about it, I guess. So.
Well, my dudes, it's time to enter the world of the Mayflower Kennel Club Dog Show. It's a strange world where judges look like they're made out of ham, Starbucks are often across the street from each other, and the Mayflower landed in Philadelphia, piloted by Christopher Columbus. But most importantly, it's a world where God loves a terrier, even though they are eaten in some countries. The stage is set for the Tournament of Tournaments. Here we go!
Hell yeah.
So scene 1. Mayflower Kennel Club Dog Show competition is days away, and we meet some of the participants and their owners. Meg and Hamilton Swan are an upper-class stereotypical yuppie couple in therapy with their Weimaraner Beatrice. We also meet Jerry and Cookie Fleck, a middle-class couple from Florida with their Norwich Terrier Winky. Harlan Pepper and his Bloodhound Hubert prepare to leave town, while Scott Donlin and Stefan Vanderhoof and their Shih Tzu stop at a meat market.
Now, AJ, you brought up in Super Troopers that that might be one of the best opening scenes of all time ever in a movie, and you're entitled to that opinion. I might agree with you some days. Other days, I'd say it might be this.
Do you think
is
so?
Up there.
So you're talking specifically about Hamilton and Meg,
Yes.
and their opening of being at the therapy.
This is just legitimately like the kind of comedy that I want to write. and perform. Like this is
That's why now it's all coming to light on why he wants to write our Confused
this
Breakfast
is
script.
fucking incredible, dude.
Yeah.
Parker Posey, good God, is she so good in this? Congress of the Cow.
Did you look it up?
No,
It's doggy style.
is it? Really? I mean, of course it is.
Because they don't want to say doggy style, so it's literally Congress of a Cow position. Of course it's doggy style.
He bent over.
The perfect pan over to their dog. Good God, man, that's so fucking good.
She's just so negative, you know. She was so negative. The fact that I didn't even notice it about Michael Hitchcock right away, but they both have like full on braces.
Yes,
Just like full brace.
Parker
mouth.
Posey got real braces for this,
Yeah.
like to be in the role.
Oh my God, dude.
It's funny every time I watch this. It's funny, it's hilarious, but then I take myself out of it and go, they're making this up as they go.
I know.
And then it makes me laugh even harder because that's not me, man. I can't even act, let alone like improv on the spot, imagining them doing this. It's so brilliant.
because like there's different levels to it too, because everyone's there to be funny, but like not everyone's trying to be funny, which is a huge difference in my opinion. Where like
I see what you're saying.
Bob Balaban is the straight guy later on in the film, the runner of the event, and Fred Willard is playing off him, and Fred Willard like later said he's the perfect guy to bounce off of because there's tension. And Bob Balaban is just like literally just being a straight guy, and same for Ed Bailey Jr.
Yeah.
Like those are so important. Like you're not trying to be funny, but kind of teeing it up for your scene partner.
You're not going to get all the glory in this scene.
Yeah.
But it's for the greater good.
And it's maybe even more important.
Speaking of not being a straight guy, John Michael Higgins might be. I could watch him all day.
all day. He's maybe and I hope this doesn't sound insensitive, but he's maybe my all-time favorite gay person portrayal on screen.
It's so good.
This is phenomenal. The fact that they're like packing.
Randy, can you pull the membrane off? the meat counter guy
Will you
looks.
stop it?
Like, is he real? He has to be a real person
dude.
because the way he looks is just so uncomfortable.
Randy, you pull the
I
membrane off.
Randy, you can pull the membrane off.
Will you stop?
Will you stop?
Will you get out one of those pepperoni sticks? I just want to hold it.
I just want to hold.
Stop it.
It's like, dude, when he's like, when it's just like, it's like, well, I think I need this and this. It's like, we're going to be in Philadelphia for a total of 48 hours. And you have 6 kimonos.
He's like, you're right.
Right.
Yep.
So I should. Okay. So I do need this one and this.
Yeah,
and,
so I do.
and by the way, later on they pull out the pillows from the suitcase.
And they're nailing like things onto the
Yeah,
wall.
like tapestry.
Make it more homey. Sorry, I'm jumping way fucking ahead.
No, it's fine. This
But,
movie's
like,
gonna be like
yeah,
that. I mean,
but dude, them like, I'll bring it back. Like the introductions that they give to these guys. And like how dry everything is, like it really is, like just like listening to them. These are tough movies for me to watch because I am excited to watch this movie, but the movie itself does so good at what it's trying to do that I become disinterested at points that I kind of have to fight my way back to be like, okay, you got to pay attention because what he just said is fucking hilarious.
And that surprises me because you are such a big Office fan.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I love this, but Christopher Guest takes these movies to another level. He's like the Coen brothers of comedy to me. Like when Michael Hitchcock goes back and he's doing doggy talk to his dog, but then he goes back to Parker. You're gonna stay right there. And he's like that kind of shit. Those are the things that you have to catch again and again. I don't know, man. And then it jumps into Harlan Peppers. The fucking names, dude.
Harlan Pepper with Hubert. Dude, that guy. That's where the deleted scenes will make you so happy. I don't know if you watched the one where he's driving in the thing. He's talking about the electrical lines, but he's the best, man. Like my brother Octo. he had a red bone. He said, I'm a red bone man. Well, I say I'm a bloodhound man. Like, he's making this up as he goes, and it's just so unbelievably funny, man.
It is very much 101 for this. And Christopher Guest, who he plays Harlan Pepper, of course, who is the director and writer and all that. But so it's very easy for him to, he decides when to yell cut on himself.
So he's just going.
So he's just going to keep running. But then he also extends that same generosity to all the actors. You can feel it.
Yeah.
Like there are moments where when they have these
Imagine
dual talking
editing
heads.
this movie, Jesus
Dude.
Christ.
Oh my God.
What'd you say, 60 hours of footage?
80.
I can't imagine.
God.
Took years.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine of just and it's these dual talking head moments when you have Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara sitting there, and they're just just bouncing off each other.
Just probably hours of just back and forth.
I asked him to dance finally, and he said, "No, I can't dance," but he did. He learned. It's like, "No, I've got 2 left feet." But I do. I've got 2 left feet.
which probably was a joke. Like, he probably said that, and then they're like, no.
I thought he was kidding. I wasn't. I was born with 2 left feet.
No.
They call me Loopy.
They call me Loopy
Because I go and,
Yeah,
walk
no, we
on the
get
loop.
it. Yeah.
the fucking teeth.
Dude.
Like, why? It's like, make him a cartoon, but they seem so genuine.
Yeah, like, you want to know this guy.
God, it's so good.
When they're talking to Cookie and Jerry, and they start off, the first shot of them is she's showing him Winky at a local dog show.
Yes.
And of course they didn't need it, but they just have that small town small talk. Like, the guy goes, couldn't have ordered up a better day. And the one lady goes, I woke up and I was so glad. You've been in those conversations where you're like, guys, we don't have to talk.
No.
We can be quiet.
I woke
It's
up and I
okay.
was so glad.
I woke up and I
so
was so glad.
Because you
Okay.
might not have.
I don't know. What are you glad about, bro? I love that shit so much, those small talk moments.
They were, for the 2 left feet thing, it was Christopher Guest and Eugene Levy. They were like, it's so ridiculous. Like, because they're trying to create some realism with improv and doing this whole movie about a dog show. And that's the most unrealistic thing in this movie, but it still works. And they're both like, well, we're just going to put it in because it's got to work.
and
Yeah.
we're gonna make it a part of the plot.
I guess maybe somewhere someone could have been born with 2 left feet, but it's just for his character also being a fucking cuck.
Yeah.
It's just so it's so perfect for that character. It's so great.
He's just constantly, and for the fact of it just become one of the through lines of this whole fucking thing is in their very first thing of she's pretty popular. She dozens of boyfriends, hundreds.
Oh,
100.
You don't correct your significant other by going higher.
You don't do it, and then it's
maybe.
in front of a camera.
Yeah, exactly. like trying to get that weird kind of clout in there in front of others. I'm just hundreds actually. It's just do you really want it to be hundreds? And then
You don't forget the best.
you don't forget the best.
God, dude.
And then you've got Jerry, who's kind of, by the way, it's Jerry with a G,
Oh, yeah,
which
of
is
course,
one of
of
the most
course.
upsetting things ever.
It's yes.
Gerald. And I know, but still, and but he's like, I was kind of a Casanova though myself though back in.
And they show the
back in
prom
the day.
photo.
They
Cut to that photo.
No, I'm taking. I need it. I need it. Here's the prop.
Son of a.
Guys, no. That photo is going on our wall of him. He looks like Mike Myers in that
He
photo.
does.
Yeah.
He does.
That's my prop. It's on the wall right now. But it's for all of
man.
us.
Yeah, fine. Damn.
Another photo you could take if you really wanted it while you're thinking would be they're talking with Stefan. Stefan is explaining himself. On a Friday night I'd have 3 Saturday nights and then I'd go home and it flashes back to a picture of him dressed up like a flamingo lady or whatever. She got fruit on his head. That would be another fun photo. Which, by the way, I have been there. I have had 3 Saturday nights on a Friday night before, and I fully understand what he's talking about.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Last night.
I'm going to kimono collection. Yeah.
We should wear more kimonos.
We should.
I think we should have studio kimonos.
I mean, do we really want to be relaxed?
I know.
We got couches, we got chairs.
Let's take a
Now
break.
we need
We're gonna go get
kimonos.
some kimonos. I want the. I just had it while you were talking about it. Not the.
Is it a photo?
No. Oh, it's the map with the with all the flies on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yes.
what I want.
That's a great one, man. I did look it up. It said it's medically impossible to be born with 2 left feet. No one has ever been born with 2 feet that are both structurally identical to a left
But
foot.
somehow it just seems like maybe.
Doesn't matter. We're in this world
For
and
Jerry,
this
it
happens.
makes sense.
For Jerry. Poor Jerry. It totally happened to him.
Unfortunately, yeah. Dude, even like you said it in your brilliant intro, but the Jennifer Coolidge and
She's coming up. If you want to
Okay,
save the
okay.
talk for her.
Yeah, we can save
we're,
that.
We're somehow trying to stay on scenes here. You got anything else in scene 1, boys?
No.
Okay, scene 2. Rounding out the group is Sherry Ann and Leslie Ward with their standard poodle, Rhapsody in White, a 2-time winner of the show in the past. Meg and Hamilton tell us more about how they met before running into issues at the airport. Harlan Pepper takes Hubert out into the woods before hitting the road in his Winnebago. Cookie and Jerry have a farewell good luck barbecue and then stop to have an eventful dinner with an old boyfriend of Cookie's.
It's just the obvious overall, like she's with him not because she loves him, that kind of thing. It's so funny. Her delivery is brilliant. Jennifer Coolidge is fucking hilarious in most things that she's in, and I've just never seen her do like this kind of comedy, like an improv thing. Maybe I'm just not well versed on Christopher Guest stuff, but
I think she's been in a bunch. This whole crew kind of works together in a
Yeah.
lot of his movies, I believe, right?
yeah. But yeah, I think she's fantastic. But then you get Jane Lynch in here, and they're like out with the dog, and she's talking, and it's like, yeah, the unconditional love. That's what's worked for my family. Yeah. Till my mom killed herself in '81.
Yeah.
Dude, are you kidding me?
It's such a brilliant choice to have Leslie not say a single word.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Blue, isn't it? You're my boy Blue
Yeah.
from old school. The fact that he just
Yeah.
it's just a brilliant choice to not have him say a single word, but keep showing him. He clearly comes along.
Yeah.
And then her thing, God, Jennifer Coolidge, man, the way she talks, there's so many. I'll argue actually that she's the best in this movie.
Yeah.
I will actually throw out an argument on that, but the way it's about her delivery and her facial expressions, because she says that whole line about we could talk or not talk or talk forever and still find things not to talk about, and then she kind of gets really uncomfortable and like goes away from him as that interview ends. It's the subtle moments for me with her. I don't think she's talked about enough in how good and brilliant she is as an actress.
I think that's fair. I do think it's fair. It's like watching like her and Jane Lynch, like she's like, and beforehand she really came in and they really turned this place into into like a world class, kennel. Before that, it was just kind of a run of the mill. It was a piece of shit. It was a broke down piece of shit. It's like, but you know what? When they came in and they really turned this place around, really gave us the investment. It's just the constant like subtle jabs of these double talking heads.
Yeah.
Like this back and forth is my favorite thing. Because it's like pitting them against each other to see whose head's gonna pop first.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really fucking great.
I love the kind of cliche of they have the guy. I'm not sure if it's Bob Balaban or like one of the guys who is working for the dog show. They have the cliche shot of him in the empty stadium. He's like, I enjoy the solitude while you can.
I like to come here and I like to.
It's what I call a blank canvas.
They're so stiff, dude. It's like you don't do this.
like
we needed a place to shoot, and you're trying to look cool. Okay.
Like Gene Hackman in the replacement. God rest his soul, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman in the replacement's like showing up to the stadium before the big game. You're like, just take it in. But it's a fucking dog show.
It's a dog.
Man, and then you just keep cutting back to Cookie and Jerry, and it's just nonstop. The God Loves a Terrier performance and all their friends and their reactions to it.
the reactions of that guy. God, it's like the one. It's just like, It's just like, who are these people, man? Like, it kind of drives me nuts, but at the same time, it just feeds into the.
Well, they're
the
playing on
food.
stereotypes quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like every one of these couples is from a different place. Like, you've got them. They are the small town middle America where they probably get together and have barbecues and sing
Right.
songs that they wrote. And you've got like the yuppie couple that's probably from Seattle eating at Starbucks across the street from each other. And Harlan Pepper, country bumpkin, it's really funny how they just take that and just twist it. Like, keep going. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we wanted to get a little bit more and more absurd. Just we want you to feel it a little bit more and more. Yeah, we actually met at a Starbucks. It's a funny story. Not at the same Starbucks. It's just Starbucks across the road from each other. We saw each other.
Coming up with that on the spot.
And but he got up the courage and he walked across the street to my Starbucks and.
It's like, well, I saw you at law school before that.
Yeah.
What does he say about like how she ordered a latte and that was really exciting or something like what? A tall latte.
I got a chai tea latte.
I've been more on the chai tea latte. Fucking yuppies, dude.
But yeah, like even Jerry and
Cookie.
It's like the suburban life, but as you see throughout the whole movie, which is one of the best comedic through lines in any movie I've ever seen, is she keeps stumbling upon people who have had the fucking best sex with her of their entire life. That's so good. But like, you get the suburban kind of yuppiness who make songs from their dogs, and then but there's that kind of dark side of it where she's kind of a wild one. She used to be anyway, you know, and still kind of like cherishes that. But then like you get Christopher Guest's
It's
Hamilton.
Harlan
Pepper.
Harlan Pepper. You get him, and like he's this kind of man's man. He's got a bloodhound, he hunts and stuff, but he's got a fucking ventriloquist doll.
You just
He
keep
can
getting
name
deeper
he can
and
name
deeper.
any peanut you name.
Pine nut.
Pine nut.
Hazelnut. Pistachio nut.
Almond nut.
Dude, when I'm proposal. Hardest I laughed in the entire movie. One moment. When he's driving his RV and he's going, he's making those like horn noises. No, that's it. That's it for me. That I don't know how you could do anything funnier in the history of film than him making horn noises with his mouth driving an RV to a dog show.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like, what the fuck, man?
There's a moment where Jane Lynch and Jennifer Coolidge they're doing the interview, the TV interview.
Yeah.
Yes, in this scene, yeah.
It's the TV interview that they go to, and like the two reporters are there, and it's like, all right, we're back on in 5, 4, 3, and like they're kind of just like, all right, focus, get in there, okay, 3, 1, energy. You're just like, God damn it!
Nobody is safe in this movie.
Energy.
Even fucking Will Sasso being his friend.
Yeah.
When he goes, if you get tired, pull over. If you get hungry, eat something. As he's driving away. What kind of advice is that, dude?
Standard,
Him being the only other movie he's been in with us is he was the moving guy in Happy Gilmore.
That's right. Damn.
Yeah.
You hit that guy.
You hit that guy.
Shouldn't have been standing there, bro.
You hit that guy.
Will Sasso.
When they go to Jerry and Cookie go to their friends, and what's his damn name? But
140
Larry
miles
Miller.
out of the way, round trip.
yeah, exactly.
Go and meet somebody.
10 Things I Hate About You, Dad. I don't know if
Larry
he's been,
Miller.
I don't know if he's been in. Yeah, we've had him in a movie before.
Let me double check.
But he just gives Winky to him and kisses, like just starts making. I'm like, God damn.
It's just
dude.
what the hell? Just you go see Daddy, and then just starts making it, and like just always making a pass.
Yes,
in front of his wife too, like just in constant motion for it. And then, by the way, him describing his job and how he's just like he's had just a hell of a day, just a hard day, terrible day at work. And police negotiator, actually, and it's just like, oh my God, well, how many would you say that you actually actually end up going through with it. Actually, well, here's the thing: they all do it.
They all
jump. They all do it. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. It's just they all do it. So, but this one, he eventually jumped, which they all do. But that's not the big deal. What the big deal was is just I just felt
it's the cleanup.
It's the cleanup.
It's like, guy, that's my actual job.
Yeah.
Really.
Larry Miller was in Necessary Roughness, if you recall.
Oh, wow.
So that's his second. Leading the pact in this, per the Jarrett Layoff, Confused Breakfast Actor Database. Catherine O'Hara, her 5th movie that we've done. So nice to see her climbing the ladder.
Absolutely.
Bet.
Same Larry Miller thing where he's just like, guys, I got this. This is what I do. I'm going to take my thumb and gouge your fucking eye.
Yeah.
Don't make direct eye contact with him. You're challenging him. That fucking kid. What is the matter with that kid? Oh,
he's got a
God.
parachute. It's wrapped around the dog's neck. He's where's Winky? Where's Winky? And he's on the roof of the freaking garage. And like that kid is like catatonic or something, dude. I don't
With
know.
Larry Miller as a dad.
Yeah, no kidding.
In that scene, though, they're like, "Where's Winky?" He's like, "Winky? Oh, the dog."
Oh, the dog. What's a Winky?
Jesus Christ. That's the reason we're here.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, man.
When the ice sculpture of Butch melts down, that's when the party's over. Fuck, dude.
They have the dog named Butch. That's a female dog.
Yeah.
That like a poodle or whatever. Like what?
Another name for a lesbian.
Yeah.
Like Butch.
Why not?
Like Jesus Christ.
That's just.
Let's go on to scene 3 then. You got any more? No, you just let him laugh it out.
Yeah, that's it. This is all. It's fun.
So Scott and Stefan arrive at the hotel where they meet some of the staff. Sherry Ann and Rhapsody's trainer Christy make an appearance on TV. Cookie and Jerry have issues checking in while everyone meets at the pre-show cocktail party. The next day, we meet Buck Laughlin and Trevor Beckwith, the announcers of the dog show. Harlan and Hubert win their category.
Ed Begley Jr. in this is kind of underrated.
Which one's Ed Begley Jr.?
He's a hotel manager.
Oh, damn, dude.
For Christ's sake, like putting him in the utility closet.
Another great.
Go for it.
Another great straight man.
Yes.
To play on this, like to just play against, where he has to deal with all of these eccentric people coming in. And like he
pretends like we're always excited during this week, but he's like, no, we're not.
No, this is a nightmare.
No, this is a nightmare.
We're always pretty busy and everything, but this week we get pretty excited for the Mayflower coming in. We know what to expect, and so we're always prepared for every situation. And then showing the utility closet with just a bunch of urine removers. Yeah. It's like
a lot of it.
Just different levels of carpet cleaners. For pets, like that's what he's got, and then we gotta bring out the. Sometimes we gotta bring out the real big guns, the chlorine oxide and those.
Well, that's when he talks about the rock band, and that has to be a nod to Spinal Tap, right?
Oh yeah,
I mean, it has to.
It's got to be.
They roasted a goat and
don't want to name any names, but getting the coals and the spice out of the car,
Did you see too the fucking at the front desk that had all the clocks on the walls, and they're all the same time? It was normally it's like London, Beijing. This was New York, Baltimore, Boston, and Philadelphia. Just to let you know what time it is in the exact same time zone down the road.
In the same time zone. If you traveled from any of these places, just know you're in good company.
He's probably like, these people are fucking stupid. They're gonna ask me what time it is in New York, and we're just gonna have to show it to them.
Sometimes you can see it, like sometimes you can see their brain working and like coming up with something and improvising. Most times you cannot, but like it's just still fun to kind of point it out and to know that this whole movie is improv. Especially when he shows them the utility closet where they'll be staying. He's like, oh, room service? Like, well, do I say utility closet? Well, I guess so.
Well, it's not bad. Yeah, but actually, conveniently enough, you're actually right next to the kitchen. So if you would like something, just stop somebody and ask for a menu, and then just let them know the utility closet. Yes, absolutely. That saves some confusion.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We'll get some folks to come in here and get some of these things cleared out here. But in the meantime, feel free, make yourself at home. We'll get some cots in here.
Shower.
Just being very accommodating.
Yeah, they didn't
in a
have
way.
to do that.
What about the bathrooms? Oh, well, flight down.
Yeah,
just
two
flights
down.
It's the lobby bathroom actually.
You've been there. I do want to bring up a point of like Cookie. Do we think Cookie is a good person? Because this is the scene they go to the mixer and that guy walks up creepily. He's like, I banged a lot of waitresses in my day. But you never forget the best. She's like, you don't forget the best.
You are the best. You don't forget the best.
You don't forget the best. And like, I mean, man, this is kind of rough on old Jerry, man. Cookie could very easily just be like, hey, no, get away from me. But she loves it.
She revels in it.
She revels
long enough for it to be extremely uncomfortable. And then just
my husband.
And then just kind of comes back. It's like, hey, water on the bridge. My husband Jerry. Okay, so it's like, yeah, you could have done that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Fuck.
After talking about his dick size or something,
Yeah.
girth, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, upon this rewatch, I'm kind of like, you know what? I don't like Jerry as much, Cookie as much as I had in the past. Like, this is a little. It's hilarious for us, but it's also pretty rough on old Jerry, man.
Yeah.
Poor Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like this isn't good. Like, there's nothing good about it.
But also, I want to know the backstory of how they got together because this
Yeah.
makes no sense.
She seems like one of those like born again Christian kind of chicks.
Yeah.
And that's how she met Jerry.
But God, Jerry sucks too. Like when he's like at the party and he goes, "You must be very proud, Mary." Look at you! Where'd you come from? It literally makes no sense, the joke he just did, but and that's why I like Stefan and Scott almost the best of anyone.
Yeah.
Because they're ultimately some of the nicest people involved.
And they're, out of all the couples, the happiest.
Truly
Truly
the
nailed
happiest.
it. Nailed it. Yeah, exactly.
And like, speaking of which, it's he's got on his name tag and it says, "Hi, my name is Mary." He thought it'd be funny. But then I like the fact that Cookie has her name tag on her tit. Just like, it's just under her shirt and on her boob.
I didn't even notice. It's not on her shirt.
It's not on her shirt. She put it on her skin.
Dude, speaking of Stefan, when they're like getting ready to go down to the party, he's like, yeah, I don't know about the maroon. He's like, why is it not breathing?
Well, it was breathing, but it's...
Oh my God, they're probably my favorite. I think out of everybody, as far as just how they could have easily just kind of made fun of Jerry, but they like included him into that conversation after a terrible joke.
It's the fact that Stefan and Jerry like hit it off.
It's a truly healthy, supportive relationship.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's that's the point where we start seeing like putting up like the tapestries. Making it a little bit more homey, you know what I mean? But like the huge truck, yeah.
Like he's got the little finger symbols.
Oh my God,
He's the best, dude.
he really is, man. And even
and then, Michael Keane, is that his name?
Michael McKean.
Michael McKean. Like him,
he plays it perfectly though, because he even says, I didn't catch that until this time around. He says my ex-wife.
Yeah.
So he was a straight man. He was married at one point, and so that almost even makes the dynamic even more interesting.
And they wanted to play it off as like a more of a daddy kind of thing because he's a little older than Stefan, you know, which is just, I mean, it works. It just does.
It's time to speak about Fred Willard here.
Yes.
This is when we first get introduced to him, and it's the funny thing. I mean, he's clearly just so funny, right? Like that. The concept is so amazing of someone who knows nothing about something interacting with it. I've always said that would make things more interesting. Like, for instance, the Olympics. If you put a normal person in a pool that had to swim 100 meters against Olympians, I want to see that to show truthfully how fast these guys are. So to have a guy asking dumb questions is brilliant.
Yeah.
But the fact that Christopher Guest told him to not look up anything.
Yeah.
He didn't want Fred Willard to know a single fucking thing so that he could just do this riff stuff. But then Jim Pittock, who again, a straight man. Like, he doesn't get enough credit for his role.
Definitely.
But he allows him to be so much better. He wanted him to do as much research as possible so that a lot of people thought he was a real dog show judge.
I thought he was.
Yeah.
Because he fit the mold of what that person would be, and he knew enough. And, man, these guys together, if this movie wasn't already great, it's like it's becoming a masterpiece now.
What a genius move to be like, well, how do we make this fun? Because, yeah, truly, how do you? Besides, like, backstage stuff, you know? This is golden. This is just fucking amazing. Like, Edie, by God, that is a woman.
And that...
Oh, that's a woman. I'd hate to go on a date with Judge Edie Franklin and have her judge me. That'd be no fun.
That'd be no fun at all. It's like, what's he doing? What's he doing right now? It's like, well, checking the testicular area, making sure. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if I want to be a part of that one.
It's sort of like
on a date first.
Yeah.
It had to inspire Dodgeball, right? With who's the guy?
Jason Bateman.
Yeah, Jason Bateman
and
Dodgeball.
Gary Cole.
It sort of feels that way to me, you know?
Okay,
like,
Very much so. Like, it's just like, that is one happy gentleman right down there. Well, that's a woman. It's like, oh, well, that's okay. It's like, and then he says, he's like, now this may seem a little bit off the cuff here. How much do you think I could bench? It's just like...
What do you think? Like 20, 30 pounds? Like,
315 in my prime, I could do. I
he
swear.
interrupts him. He doesn't even let him answer.
500-pound squat. Nowadays, I don't think I could even just run up and down the back and forth on this grounds down here. I'll tell you what, it's just like...
Oh, Shih Tzu. You got to be careful with that one.
Plenty of jokes around that one, huh?
And Trevor Beckwith just hates him so much. He hates it. At one point, he's like, "Yeah, you said that joke last year." Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I heard it. It was funny. Funny last time. Yeah.
Last time, man. Mm-hmm.
So fucking good, dude.
So scene 4, Scott and Stefan's Shih Tzu wins their category while Meg and Hamilton search for their dog's stuffed Busy Bee toy. Cookie and Winky win the category while Hamilton and Beatrice are disqualified. Rhapsody in White wins their category after Christy and Sherry Ann kiss. As the final Best in Show round approaches, Cookie injures herself and Jerry is chosen to take over.
Just the way Stefan walks out with just the most grace you've ever seen, just like, it's so good, dude.
What does he say? What is that comment that he says about him? He goes, oh, no. He says, yeah, he looks like a hotel doorman. In my neighborhood, you wear an outfit like that, you better be a hotel doorman or something like that. And I actually got a little bit worried that maybe at parts I started to cringe a little bit, like, uh-oh, are they going to like cross the line in early 2000s fashion? I don't think they do at all.
No.
I don't think even is that a man? Oh, it's not. It's Edie. It's a woman.
Yeah.
They don't really. I hope I'm not speaking out of place for that, but I don't feel like they cross the line on any of this stuff.
And the
man.
way he even says, "By God, that is a woman." It's not like, "By God, that is," like disgust,
Right.
And he could have gone a little harder in the comments about Stefan and the way he was prancing around, but it's like nobody did. It was expected and it was perfect.
It was one of those things, and again, you got to hand it to him, because Stefan is also, anytime it cuts back to him and like there's a judging going on, you could just see him just being like
staring at him,
just giving eyes to the judge, and like and there's like, and they're talking about the judges and like a very stern, very respected judge,
yes, of course,
very much about the charismatic, the characteristics of the animals and everything, and then it cuts to Stefan just just like this look on his face.
I do want to present Christy Cummings as being one of the worst in this movie, like one of the most hated characters. She's Jesus, who's she's a handler for Rhapsody in White. What's her character's name? Or her real name? Jane Lynch.
Jane Lynch.
When dude, you've all been there in life before. When she walks up to Harlan Pepper, oh wow, yeah, playing with the dog, like waiting to be noticed.
Yes.
And she goes, I handle Rhapsody in White.
No, I know, yeah.
Two-time Best in Show.
Two-time Best.
But you probably already knew that.
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen
and he goes, I'm Christy Cummings, by the way, but I'm sure you already knew that. And he goes, well, I do and I don't. I do and I don't. I love how it's such a perfect example of two different completely types of people. Like,
yeah.
Harlan Pepper is from the South, small town, very respectful. He hates this chick, but he's going to be very nice and respectful to her. But she just has to be, walks around that place like in Just Friends when she walks into the bar and she's like, yeah.
Stop it, please.
She thinks that everyone is talking about her in this place and nobody fucking cares.
She's high end, top shit, is what in her own mind, walking around this place, and it's like when nobody gives her like what's due. It's so nice.
The way she delivers that, though. I handle Rhapsody in White.
Rhapsody in White. Okay, it's like,
and that's a testament to Jane Lynch because like I love Jane Lynch, and the way she portrays this character makes me hate it so much.
It's so good, yeah.
It's so much, man.
She it's the makeup, the makeup. She did my makeup, and it just felt like it was over the top. It was too much. It's like, well, it's just really fun, like smoky, like kind of, and like now all I could do is like picture Jane Lynch with like black swan makeup that she probably put on her, and it was like over the top.
That's perfect, man.
It's like, but I did like what she did with my hair, and then and then you get that subtlety from Jennifer Coolidge. You got to just be like,
them turning over the fucking room for Busy Bee. Holy shit. Like, they're not my favorite in this movie, but the like interaction between her and the dog store guy, or she's like, how about this one? Like, he's so calm.
This guy, like,
he's like, no, I'm sure the dog responds to the stripes. And the fact that she wanted a bee, but she didn't even pick the dog or the bear with the stripes. She just brought home a rooster.
Right.
It was not even the same
complete. The first thing he grabbed was like a bear and a bee.
Yeah.
That's a bear and a bee costume. That's not like, it's not a bee. It's not a bumblebee. It's like, oh, we got this.
The problem is like there is a part of you for like at least, I don't know, at least until the second thing gets brought up in the conversation, where you're kind of agreeing with her because she's so sincere about it. That it's like that guy was going to go for that bear and the bee, but you're just like, don't go for, no, it's not the same, man. It's not the same. And then you're just like, you know what?
It's a bee.
He's right. I mean, it's just responding to maybe like the stripes or something.
Even the fish that he pulled out, I'm like, the stripes. That's
it's
like,
responding to. Yeah, and it's just like, no, like they're both right, but they're both wrong. But now I'm siding with the guy because you're just being unreasonable. It's like, this is bullshit. And then takes the purple parrot bird thing.
But that's a parrot. That's not even.
And his commentary under the whole thing too is he's saying what everybody is thinking. He's literally saying is like, well, that's. I mean, from the bin, if you want it from the, there's the furthest thing from a bee that we've looked at thus far at this point in time. Okay. Oh, yep. Okay.
Convenient location for a pet store right across from where the Best in Show is.
I like
Where's
how
your busy bee?
I love how it's like their anxiety as a couple is like, they're mirroring it off of their dog. I mean, the poor fucking dog is just like, they're putting way too much stock into this. Imagine them as parents, just doing the same thing to a child. How fucked up this child would be at this point. God. Yeah, I just love how he has like these sort of flawed characters. And he said there was a interview. I think there's a ranker.com article. It's just like the oral history of Best in Show.
Wow.
Which where I got a lot of this research. But he said, Christopher Guest said, in the films that I've done, it's essentially people who don't see themselves very clearly. The audience can see something happening that they don't see. They obviously take what they do very seriously, whether it's folk music or whether it's a dog show or whatever. So the world is ripe. I don't look at things initially as something that is funny to me, rather more that it's interesting almost on an emotional level. Because there will be funny things that happen, but all at the core of it, all of this, and when you see the characters Eugene and Catherine play, it's pretty sad. Most of it's sad, actually, if you look at it.
Yeah.
There are funny things that happen, but if it doesn't have that other part of it, it doesn't really hold much. And I truly agree. Where it's just like, these they don't have any lines. Their character, they have like very detailed character backgrounds and everything that Christopher Guest gave them, but like it's that juxtaposition of like that's what makes them real people is seeing their flaws like this. So like that's what makes it even more funny,
especially where they don't know it's their flaws.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. They can't see it. The audience can. Exactly.
Yeah, because she's like, "You stupid hotel manager!" as the door's closing. She's being a complete and total bitch, but she thinks she's in the right that the hotel lost their B.
Yeah.
The hotel's being really nice by trying to help her.
What are
and
you?
we see that she's a bitch, but she doesn't think she is.
What are you, a wizard? Some kind of wizard? Some genius or anything? Why didn't you tell me that 30 minutes ago? You had hotel manager jerk. Just like, oh, great suggestion. Thanks a lot for that suggestion. It's like, yeah, because that's a great option at this point.
Yeah.
Fuck.
God. And then this is one of the moments for me with Jennifer Coolidge when she's ordering the popcorn, half butter, half salt. Like, guys, you can't. Okay, never mind. You can't do that. Okay, fine. But when she's like doing that monologue and she's talking, she's eating the popcorn, she says, and my inner instinct says, don't go right now. So I'm not going to go until I get another message from myself. It's like, fuck, she's so brilliant in her portrayal of this character, man. I fucking love it.
She's very, very good.
Don't go right now. So I'm not going to go until I get another message from myself.
Okay, good. Good.
And I like that Stefan and Scott get to see her and the trainer make out.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Rhapsody's got two mommies.
Like Rhapsody's got two mommies. Like, or what Stefan is like, he's going around and he wants to like show people like the outfits and stuff of like her and like of Rhapsody and or, like it's just making fun of. It's like, oh my god, you have to see this. It's like it's not a big deal. You're just bagging on like some clothes, kinda.
Yeah, when he won the award and he goes, oh, the poodle, the terrier wasn't a joke. I go, terrier broke his gate first time out.
Broke his gate the first time out.
Last place immediately.
It's just like it was the other one. It was the other like thing, the schnauzer or whatever that was going to be.
Worried about.
Oh, that was going to be worried about. Oh my god.
It's like them, their child as well. It's like, just baby, you got it.
Yeah.
Baby, don't worry about it. Like, it's so good.
Well, let's do the final scene. So in final best of show round, all the dogs are examined and Winky ends up winning. Cookie and Jerry become local celebrities and record an album. Christy and Sherry Ann start a relationship and a magazine. Harlan takes his talents on the road. Scott and Stefan work to make a dog calendar, and Meg and Hamilton seem to be happy with their new dog. What is your favorite dog personally in this? Like, you can take one of these dogs home. Who are you taking home?
I think it's Herbert.
Herbert. I think it's got to be Herbert, right? I do. Winky's kind of cute. And Winky's small and like might just be easy to maintain. Hubert's going to be a mess to maintain.
Oh, yeah.
Those are giant shits.
He's just such a sweetie. Like when he was playing with his toy and stuff. Like
he's mushing his face up like that.
In the forest when he's having like his interview or whatever. The dog like leans his head on him. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
He's only 2 years old too, man. That is a big ass fucking dog, dude.
He's a pup.
He's got a great future ahead of him.
Sure does.
Okay.
How about Cookie's Catherine O'Hara's ability to make her like leg do that, whatever the hell her leg does when she trips.
Oh,
she's trying to walk.
the fucking twitch.
What is that, and how does she do that?
Like watching that happen, and then it's like, okay, classic. We know this is what's going to happen, and then now it's got me thinking back.
Did you know? Did you know that after she broke her leg that like Jerry would take over?
No.
Oh no. Okay. Like for me, it felt like it feels like a little obvious. Like he's gonna have to. It's gonna have to deal with the shock. And then I got to wondering, like, was he walking when they do the circles? Are they walking left or are they walking right?
They go left.
They do.
So he's got 2 left feet. So he's actually he's
going
never
left.
walked in that kind of a circle before. He's always walked in the opposite circle, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So that was the other funny thing. I didn't know if they really made mention of that as a joke or not, but for me it was like kind of funny.
Jerry, you're gonna show Winky. I'm gonna show Winky.
Oh God, I can't.
Oh God, I can't.
More Fred Willard. He's it's crazy how beautiful these dogs are. In some countries, they eat them.
They eat them.
I just can't imagine that.
Yep. Sometimes you just don't ask questions wherever you go. Just don't ask anything.
And then, but before Cookie gets injured, he's like, that handler looks familiar to me.
I'm like,
of course.
Oh no!
And they don't go any further. She looks familiar. On to the next thing. Of course she looks familiar.
Son of a bitch.
I was wondering if this was a real place. That if this was like the real Westminster. Of course it wasn't. They were like, no, you can't make fun of dog shows in our place.
At our dog show.
Yeah, so they did create their own place, but there was an interesting thing I read that someone did set out to ask people in this world if they like this movie. And mostly, overwhelmingly, people love this movie.
Of course.
It's like you could see how some people would be like, they're making fun of it. It's like, well, I don't really feel like they're making fun of it. I think they are showing some reverence and just putting people into the world. But it's a fun movie, and for the most part, people think it's great that live in that world, and I like that.
I don't think they're making fun of it at all. I think it's just the setting of it. It's just like a dog show. Like these ridiculous characters are inhabiting a dog show, and it's just the setting for them. You know?
Yeah,
that's all it is. Like he's done movies where it's just a local play. You know, for Waiting for Guffman. Are they making fun of plays? No. You know,
are they making fun of folk music and A Mighty Wind? Has anyone seen A Mighty Wind?
Not yet.
Oh fuck. It's very much in the same world. Like they're not really making fun of it, but like you could see how somebody might take it negatively. But they're not.
And
There's some reverence there.
Some of the extras and the dog trainers that they had. So one of them took it extremely seriously and like was actually upset that her dog lost a fake dog competition.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, ooh. I mean, it was real for her. You know.
I wonder if any of them knew who was going to win this.
I don't know. That's interesting.
That would be actually kind of fun if the judge was the only one who knew who was supposed to win. Because it does look the reactions are pretty good. These are really good actors, but they're pretty convincing. I like that everybody's pretty upset except for, like Hubert, Harlan. Harlan looks dejected, but he's like, you're right. My dog is pretty young. He's got a good future. I'll go congratulate him. Stefan goes and congratulates, but everybody else is pretty upset, obviously. So plays well with their characters.
Yeah. I need to switch my prop real quick.
Shit!
It's got to be the Captain and Cookie Beg for It CD or tape or vinyl. I
beg for it.
I need it.
Songs are pretty bad.
I need that. So
I
much.
guess Eugene Levy wrote all those. Like he specifically wrote these songs for this.
That's fucking amazing.
Delish. Cookie. Fuck.
Girth? Man, you've grown. I'm growing right now looking at you.
Look at that.
Gee.
And he's going,
that was the one and only time I've ever done it on a roller coaster.
oh my God. Was that a Rocky thing with like Cookie and Jerry at the end? Where they're like, Cookie, Jerry, Cookie. After he won the award, that had to be a Rocky thing. The freeze frame on Winky.
Oh, so good.
Oh, that camera flash with
Where
the freeze frame.
He's side-eyeing
side eye.
I'm glad they didn't end it though, because these little kind of it's been a year things.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Same.
Fucking Harland doing his act.
Dude, for like a VA or something,
like
or
four or five people there.
He's just doing the rope and it's not going. Oh my God. How are you in that crowd as an extra and not just dying?
Just losing.
Yeah.
Just losing it, and how amazing that is.
God. Like I think and then the best well, not the best, but like then you see the yuppie couple again, and they're like, everything's great again. Like again, they take this and they end it exactly where they started.
Yeah.
And what a genius. It's such a genius thing to do every single time you really catch it, because it's like they're back and they're like happy at the therapist. Like, we got, and the funny thing is that they got rid of the dog.
Yeah, dude.
Beatrice never was shown in the show.
If we were on a train to go punch a face, I'm on board.
That's what I'm talking about.
They get rid of the dog, and they're like so happy. It's just, it's just such negative energy. It's just a sad, like just a negative creature, and we're just so much happier now. We've got whatever the new dog is, that
I think
pug.
it's a pug, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh no, it's totally fine with it. It likes watching us have sex.
Yeah,
even
it loves it.
And it just looks down, just like humping this leg. It's just like, God damn. Come on.
Fuck these people, dude.
These two people are punchable.
These two people are the most punchable people in this movie. You can't. I hate these people in general. You can't get an animal and just give your animal away because you're the cause of this animal being a shit fuck.
Yeah.
And guess what? 6 months from now, they're going to be right back in therapy talking about how shitty this dog is.
Yep.
Fuck those people. They need punched in the face.
Yeah.
Braces
their
breaking through their
braces.
teeth.
I know, I
Like,
was
no,
just gonna
get out of
say.
here, man.
Yep.
You agree on that one?
100%.
Sean?
I'm in.
Yeah, come on, dude. When they gave away the dog?
Piece of shit.
Because of their own anxieties, like
Yeah.
I feel like it's just kind of projecting on them. It's like, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
yeah, that kind of energy does reflect onto a dog. Yeah,
And it's like that's such a gorgeous dog.
it is.
Yes.
It's a Weimaraner.
Yeah, it's such a gorgeous.
They are
like,
kind of. I've only
looking
been
animal.
around one in real life, and they are kind of spazzes. Have
Are
you
they?
ever been around them?
I mean, they're basically like Vizslas. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Porn name: Breaston Show. Bestie Blow.
Mm-hmm.
Best breast and grow. Yeah, that's about all I got.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Best in hoe.
Best in hoe. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking breasty hoe.
Yeah. Breast in
dude.
hoe.
Fucking I did.
Quest in Mo.
Yeah.
Ah,
Wow.
I see. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
AJ, that's
fine.
one of my favorite things that you
Mo
do
as in like
when you say,
missionary.
when AJ says yeah, and he goes like this. Yeah, he definitely does
Yeah.
that a lot.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think that the American Bitch magazine is going to do well
I was just gonna
because
say,
it's
and now
it's
I want my prop
specifically
to be a copy of American Bitch.
probably because there's only going to be one fucking episode of it because it's so niche targeted. It's a magazine for lesbian purebred dog owners. It's like, well, okay, I don't know how many people are out there that are not.
It's so fucking funny though. Just she's having an interview, and in the back, all you can see is the thing, like big posters of these covers that just say "American Bitch." It's such a funny thing.
It really is.
God damn it.
Anything else you want to say on Best in Show?
Just need one of those posters for in here.
Yeah.
An American Bitch poster.
If only.
Man.
Well, we have dissected Best in Show with a modern eye. Time to give it a modern day rating. AJ, I think we started with you. What are your thoughts on this movie? Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Great fun movie. Like the rewatchability isn't quite there for me as like something some other movies, some other good comedies. Again, Christopher Guest and these movies, they are kind of like a Coen brothers to me. They're either going to be a hit, or else I'm going to be kind of just along for the ride. On this one, I'm kind of along for the ride, but it is not lost on me like the comedy genius that goes into a movie like this. The preparation is like key to a movie like this. So you can prepare, so you can then let these actors and actresses like just run and do what they do best, and that's improv their way through and bounce off of each other. And you really do get that in spades with this movie. That being said, I think that I'm very close. I'm 7.65.
7.65. What about you, Sean?
Yeah, everything I agree with. I'm probably going to be returning to this movie during Thanksgiving around
Nice.
when
That's a good timing for it.
Westminster does come around again. Yeah, I just think that it's incredible that this movie exists the way that it does, of having just total trust in all these actors to do their best work. Fred Willard just holds the house down. And I think everyone does almost maybe even career best, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's extremely entertaining, and like I said, I'll return to it every Thanksgiving probably. I'm going to give it a 7.75.
7.75 for Sean. Yeah, totally agree with you guys. I mean, it's amazing. I love everything these guys do. They're can't miss really for me. It can be tough sometimes when it is. The thing that makes it so good is that it is improv, but sometimes that's also the thing that will take me out of it.
Sure.
It's like I kind of wish they would have just like scripted it and then done it. but at the same time, like, you can't complain. This movie's so dang funny, and if you haven't seen them yet, go look at the outtakes. They're almost better than the actual movie. I'm going to call it a 7.55. We got to check on Starling on this one. Starling says, hold on a second here. Yeah. Best in Show makes one thing clear early on. This is not some casual fluff piece documentary about cute pups prancing along. This is a serious competition where grown adults willingly take their dogs to therapy, not because they bite or bark too much, but because they feel things, their emotions are affecting people and the competition. Beatrice, the Weimaraner who utters not a single word yet somehow radiates pure tension in every scene she's in. She doesn't just act, she emotes, and she's one judgy bitch. As we dive into the world of dog showers, we meet Cookie Fleck, a woman who, despite having hundreds of ex-boyfriends, somehow settles on Loopy McGee, Jerry, a man with 2 left feet, literally. Their dynamic is a mystery, but I fell in love with her when she walked around with her name tag on her breast. Then we have Harlan Pepper, a man whose defining trait is nut enthusiasm. He claims to have owned 10 or 15 bloodhounds, which raises some serious questions on what keeps happening to the dogs.
True.
He's endearing, but if we're ranking characters by comedic impact, he's last in show for me. All right.
Dang.
One of the things I love about this movie is how much of it I've subconsciously absorbed lines into my own humor. I've had 3 Saturday nights on a Friday night is a line I thought I invented that I've been using for 25 years, apparently. And my go-to whenever my credit card is acting up is to say, that's the good one.
That's the good one.
The Taft Hotel, which perfectly embodies those 3-star hotels that are really trying to convince us that they're 4 stars.
Yeah.
But by God, Ed Begley Jr. is trying. His earnestness makes me laugh. He's one of the best parts of the movie. Apparently, they were unaware there was a toilet inside the room. The movie is packed with small, absurdist moments that hit harder every time I watch. The neighbor who gives overly specific directions to find a really good ham sandwich. I cannot stand when people try to force their vacation experiences onto you. You have to go to this one place I randomly found to my exact vacation. Fred Willard, though, a legend. His entire performance as the commentator is one long improvisational masterpiece. It feels like they just put him in front of a microphone and let him riff, and the results is absolute gold. The man doesn't have a single wasted line. Peak observational comedy. Seeing this again, I'm reminded of how I want to meet the dog toy designer who put a bear in a bee costume. What makes Best in Show great isn't just the big laughs, it's the consistency. Even if every joke doesn't land for you, there's no wasted time. Every other line is crafted to make you laugh, and at just 90 minutes, the movie flies by. The only part that drags for me is the 6 months later segment, which I could have honestly lived without. Final score, it's a masterclass in comedic timing, packed with quotable moments that have somehow shaped my own sense of humor. I'll give it a 7.25. Friends, we're pretty even on this.
Wow.
That is a 7.55 as a group, which is going to land this tied in the 82nd spot with Heathers and Tombstone.
Damn.
We think Monty Python Holy Grail and Ace Ventura are funnier movies, but we think this is funnier than Super Troopers, Tommy Boy, and Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Wow.
Damn.
It's right in there, man.
Wow.
Okay.
You know what? I got to give some credit there. Different brand of comedy, but if you're talking about comedic genius, maybe it takes that little step
Yes.
up. I get it.
Yeah.
I get
Uniqueness.
it. Uniqueness, yeah.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for being here. Tune in next week. Blast from the Past, followed by Fight Club, a movie we're not supposed to talk about.
Ooh.
And if you're new to the podcast, go back this time last year. Surf Ninjas.
Good stuff.
This is a good one.
Love it.
This is a good one. Go check it out. And thanks to Brian on the controls. Learn more at uploadmediagroup.com. Check out our network at cloud10.fm. I think that's it for us, guys.
I think so.
Double
I'm gonna
dare
go
ya.
home and pet my cat
Yeah.
and say, hey, I'm glad you're not a dog.
Go home and give both my dogs Best in Show.
Yeah.
That sounded weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Thanks again for listening, guys. We really appreciate it. Make sure you're checking us out on YouTube here in the studio, hanging out with us live and in person in the studs. Check us out on social media. Search for Confused Breakfast at Confused Breakfast anywhere on social media. And please leave us a review. 5 stars on any platform that you're listening on. Write us a comment on Spotify. or on Apple Podcasts, write us a review. We love to read them.
Go to confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the merch that we have. You can see the shirts. We have new shirts up there. It's awesome. I believe it. You can go to confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the ratings of the movies that we have covered. You can see AJ's ratings. You can see Mike's ratings. And you can see my ratings and the show's ratings overall. Goodbye. I love you.
Thanks to Brian on the controls here at Upload Media Group. Learn more at uploadmediagroup.com and learn more about our network Cloud 10 at cloud10.fm. We love you so much. Go on to the next video.